What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Sorry I haven't been streaming, so I took a small hiatus, but we are back with another episode of Duel and Discussions. Tonight's guest, we have Emp Dave. Emp Dave, do you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Dave. That's all.
Iconic intro. Known by everyone.
How's everybody doing?
But yeah. So Dave, we're gonna be playing some Master Duel today. You ready for it?
That we are. I believe I'm ready for it. Just saving my deck real quick, and I think I will be good to go.
All right. Let me transition my screen. This time you will be able to hear the game music. I want to see if it's too loud. Let me know. But I want to see if it creates a better atmosphere. So
Yeah. Well, let's go.
If it's too loud.
We got something going.
You should have the code for the thing I put in the side chat.
Yep, I'm working on it. Trying to remember how to do that, but you know. That's right. Okay, I got it.
So, Dave, what interesting topics are we going to talk about today?
Donald Trump.
Ooh, let's go. Hot topic. Hot topic.
I don't see. Or do I just sit at a table?
Oh yeah, you just see it at a table.
Okay. Let me get the right deck on.
To choose your deck, you have to leave the table and then come back. Yeah.
What? Oh yeah, I already did that.
Yeah,
Good.
you already did that, so you're good. Just
Solid.
letting you know for future reference and whatnot.
Appreciate it. All right. We can talk about pretty much everything. I argue a lot.
Yeah, if you don't know, me and Dave argue a shit ton about everything. So
yeah, just a quick update on me though. I have been also taking quite a hiatus from streaming. I should be returning in some fashion probably in about a week or two.
Ooh.
I'll be back to a new schedule when I find out whether I get the job or not that I'm going for.
Based, okay, so we're gonna be getting
When I
some
can make it so that way I can
content.
make a stream schedule, and I'll be back with memberships. Be a whole new thing.
Remember to go
Be
get
super fun.
memberships at Dave. The link is in the description.
Make sure everybody does
we
stuff up.
reached 100 today, and that was surprising. I haven't been streaming, so I haven't
Base,
been
let's go.
So we are in the triple digits now. So thank you for everyone who subbed up. Very much appreciated.
Hell yeah.
Oh, this is not a great hand. So, Dave.
Well, I am not sure if this is a good hand or not, because I have not played this deck yet.
What is our topic of discussion?
Everything. January 6th was not an insurrection.
Oh, we're gonna go down that route.
I don't know how deep you want to go on the discussions here. I can talk about anything, like I said.
It is your show at this point. You give me topics, and I'll ask you questions.
All right. Just yeah. Ask me about January 6th.
All right, then. So, Dave,
let's go.
What is your stance on January 6th?
I think you can call it an insurrection if you want, but I don't think insurrection means all that everybody thinks it means. I don't think it's as crazy of a thing. I don't think it's that much different from any other protest, and I actually think it's a better way of protesting than what happened in the George Floyd riots.
What do you mean?
The target, the thing that was targeted were government offices and things, as opposed to people's businesses. In a lot of the George Floyd riots and things like that, a lot of the people that suffered were independent business owners and some like larger corporations, I'm sure too. But if your process of trying to get justice is just by stealing and looting and burning places down, that's not cool. I think if your qualms are with the government, that's who you should go and confront. And I feel like that's what they did on January 6th. Not that they did it right, and I do think it went too far, and they never should have went into the building. If it just stayed outside as a peaceful protest and got their voices heard. Because, I mean, these people honestly believed that the election was stolen from them.
Yeah, but it's really difficult to be like, these people didn't know like the actions they were performing, right?
Well, I'm not saying they didn't know the actions they were performing, and they shouldn't be held responsible.
Yeah.
The individuals. But I think it's been blown up to this ridiculous thing that's like all of these people are traitors, and especially Donald Trump, who did say peacefully assemble.
Yeah, he did.
He
say
never,
that, but he
never said charge the building or anything to that effect.
Well, he also did other things that would make it seem like he knew better.
Such as
his Secret Service coming forward and being like, or his like cabinet members telling him that the election was pretty secure. The Secret Service members telling him that he shouldn't be going down there, especially how things were turning out.
Yeah, have you ever tried to tell an alcoholic that they have a problem?
Yeah, absolutely. I get that, but at the same time, he is the president of the United States, right? Like, I am holding him. I'm holding him to that standard.
I guarantee you, there were also people who were telling him that it was stolen, like Rudy Giuliani and people like that.
Like, that's
and
fine,
who's a lawyer? Who's his lawyer?
Yeah, but was he in charge of any of like the actual counting or anything? Right? Like that's what we're gonna be looking at. Like the people actually doing the job is. I'm not gonna ask some.
No, but he's getting reports from people who are doing the counting and things like that.
Yeah,
like,
but that's he challenged all those reports. He challenged in multiple states that the election was fraudulent in some way, and he lost in most of those cases, if not all.
Yeah, but it still doesn't change the fact that he never once said, "Hey, go storm the Capitol," or use force to take back any of this.
The issue at hand would be that that the assembly there was going to cause something, right? Like if you remove Trump from the situation, do you think that the riots would have happened?
If you remove Trump?
If you remove Trump from that situation, do you think that the people would have been so outraged, so crazy, and would have just shown up to January 6th and been like, we're gonna fucking stop the election?
Did you just disable that card?
Yeah.
Is that what that just did?
Yeah.
I hate you. Sorry, I'm still reading stuff.
You're good. You're good.
What was the last thing you said? I apologize.
If removing Trump from the situation would, like, do you think the people would still behave in the manner that they behaved that day?
If Trump wasn't involved?
If Trump wasn't involved, like, in any way.
I would say yes.
I don't think so. I think the people would have been way more calm. I don't think there would have been a necessarily like storming of the Capitol, right? Like the reason it's such a big deal, it was because they did think that the election was stolen, right? Stop the steal is like a common line for that day.
Yeah, I'd agree.
So I would say that their actions may have, like, I can understand their actions to a certain degree, right? Because, like, yeah, if you think the government's fucking you over, you should probably do something about it, right? But the issue at hand is also that you have multiple officials telling you these things. Like, obviously, yeah, you're not gonna. Oh shit, I forgot you activated that card.
What card?
The one that discards all your whole hand.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like when you have multiple officials telling you this thing, and you're like, I think it is his duty to make sure something like that doesn't occur, right? As the acting president at the time, like, the bare minimum should have been done. Like, him calling in the National Guard would have given him enough grace from me that I would be like, yeah, he did some shady shit in the background, but it's not necessarily that this is the result he wanted, right? But this was the result he was looking for. Like, that's all I can come to a conclusion with the way he was behaving with certain cabinet members. The way he was erratically telling people certain things for... It's been a while since I played this deck, sorry. My brain's all over the place.
You're fine, mine too, because I haven't played this. So I'm learning as we go.
Yeah, the behavior in the background is probably going to be the most damning thing that I'm going to be looking at for him. That would be my point there, without going too crazy with it.
But see, when you're saying somebody's responsible for an insurrection, they have to have some kind of direct action. And I don't feel like there was any call to action. There was no incitement. Like, the only thing he said was peacefully go down. Like, even when he was talking about the protest, told them to be peaceful.
Yeah, but when you're also telling people that the election was stolen and all this, like, knowing full well that you probably isn't that, right? Like, that is...
You're saying knowing full well, but I don't believe in his brain there's any way that he thought that it wasn't stolen.
I could agree with you on that point, but it's still, like, I think just because you have a layer of ignorance doesn't necessarily mean you're off the hook for the actions that are committed because of your ignorance, right? Like, in a court of law, that would apply no matter what. Like, just because you're ignorant of the law doesn't necessarily mean you would get off on technicalities.
What law?
No, I'm saying in, like, a court of law, like that doesn't...
I agree. I agree,
yeah,
but
yeah.
that has nothing to do with this. That's...
Yeah, this is just more generalized.
This is just me disputing your thing, because you're saying that he knew full well. I don't believe that he did.
He did. Like, he was told by multiple people.
If
he chooses...
because...
Stop.
No. No.
Not to believe the thing.
You don't know what's in his head.
Yeah, but again, if he's told factual things and he can have anything in his head, I don't need to actually, like, mind read him, right? But all I need to know...
This is the worst hand possible.
Yeah, this is garbage. Yeah, I don't need
Did you really not play a single card?
I can't do anything.
Oh, okay.
I drew a dead hand. Like, a super dead hand.
Is it dead enough that you don't have an answer to this?
Like, it is like the deadest hand I could have drawn. So let's see if it actually goes off. But yeah, I don't know if like again like I don't see that as a defense for him being like he believed in his heart that this happened, right? Like that's just not a defense. Wow, we're both fucking dying over here. Holy crap. Okay. Yeah, but what do you say to that? Like, oh, I forgot it was negated. Fuck. That's a problem. Dave? Are you muted? I can't hear you.
Okay, I just realized that my sound had cut out. I wasn't hearing you.
Oh, okay.
Should be good now.
I was like, why isn't he responding?
I was like, Hornet? Hornet? Because I wasn't hearing anything.
Yeah, no, I was saying like him not knowing something is like him like negating anything that anyone has told them. Like as long as the things are based in facts, I don't really care if you want to believe them or not, right? Like as the president, you do kind of have to listen to your cabinet members when they're fucking telling you, yeah.
I can't summon face up in defense mode, right?
What do you mean? No, you can't.
For these cards.
No,
Alright, I didn't think so. Yeah, I remember once upon a time, Yu-Gi-Oh! You could only play like one monster a turn.
I mean, you still basically can.
No, you can't. You can play as many as you want now. There's 18 billion ways.
As long as you can special summon them, yeah. But
yeah, but there weren't ways to special summon that often. There was like Monster Reborn and like few others. Call to the Grave. Or not Call to the Grave, the other one, the Reanimator one.
Yeah, I think that is Called By. Yeah, Called By the Grave would be the one you're referring to.
Yeah. That's game. No, it's not. Never mind. I thought it was 6,000 that you had to get to. It's 8,000. Good God.
Synchros, man.
Yeah.
Let's defend this. That.
I don't know why you got rid of them.
I banished one Dragoonity monsters on the graveyard.
Yeah, but why?
Because that's a very big, like, you had 3 on both of them. That's 2 card draw. That's dangerous.
They have 0 attack. You just attack them.
Yeah, but in Banish, they don't come back. There's no
Okay.
monster reborn. Oh, god damn it.
Yeah. I told you I had a bad draw.
Well, 3 of those isn't bad. No.
Oh, I can't even do it? It won't let me kill myself with it?
No, you can't.
Boo!
Well, technically you can, but if you had 1,000.
Jerks.
You have to have exactly.
Wouldn't let me defeat myself.
Are you camming up again, or do you have to resize it?
I thought it was. My bad. I'll fix it. There we go. I'm back.
Sup, Lauren? We postponed Harry for next week because we couldn't get the program that we're gonna be using working. So
Yeah.
we have Dave for this episode.
So you got me as a fill-in.
Yep.
And we're talking about Donald Trump and the insurrection.
Yep.
And the fact that the Democrats are screwed. And I'm willing to put money on the fact that if Kamala Harris is the candidate, Trump will win.
You said the same thing about Biden, though.
No, I didn't. I had the opposite opinion on Biden.
That he would be able to win?
I thought there was zero chance that Trump could beat Biden until the debate. Then some questioning sunk in.
Yeah.
Became a little more concerned.
I just think it's so polarized at the moment that I don't think that anything significantly has changed. I guess it depends on like how the moderates vote.
I don't understand why you're only allowed to have one of this card. It's not that good.
What? Oh, don't tell me, actually.
Yeah, you'll see it. I mean, you know every card in this deck, by the way.
Yeah, that's why I'm just like, don't mention it.
No, this isn't the better version. Well, I guess it probably is, because we're not just going to debate what is an insurrection for 3 hours straight.
It's nebulous, Dave. It's nebulous, okay?
I don't give a fuck about nebulous things.
Oh, that was
You're nebulous.
That was frustrating to watch.
Everything is nebulous. Like, fuck off with the nebulous bullshit.
Yeah,
I get a turn. Yay.
Well, yeah.
Not quite what I wanted to draw, but I'll take it.
This isn't a very good deck, Dave.
I don't believe you. You've won like the first turn you actually played something each time. Well, I'll do this and see what you do to it. That card.
That's really good. I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, it is, but I don't think it's good enough that you can only have one in a deck.
Well, it was being abused like crazy.
Gotcha.
Like, searching the top 3 and then just selecting one is kind of crazy. I mean, nothing is as good as Pot of Greed, don't get me wrong, but that we're not.
What the hell? You don't have a way to cancel an effect?
Oh, why didn't you?
Or I mean, like, counter cards? Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't know why the insurrection talk is back.
I might actually get something off here. I don't know what you're waiting for. If you have some kind of plan to make this work.
Again, not a very good deck. But we can do something.
Oh, okay. You do have a way to stop it at least. What does this do? Just stop the effect once? Or does it?
Negate the effect.
Oh no! That was bad.
I mean, you drew all the cards beforehand. Like, I was wondering why you weren't activating it. Yeah, I would set as many cards as...
Because I had to get it to 3.
Yeah. But you had it at 3.
What?
And then you kept playing more cards.
Yeah, it still goes above 3.
No, it
doesn't it?
It stops at 3.
Oh, shit. Well, I suck then. That's fine. You would have stopped it either way, so...
For future reference, any of the spell cards you want to keep, just put them down, face down.
Yeah, true.
When you're gonna be doing
that was dumb. Well, I was pretty sure I'm dying this turn regardless, so...
I don't know if I could do 8,000.
I think you can.
Let's see, let's activate this.
I still don't understand how that makes him responsible for the insurrection.
What?
Quote unquote. Insurrection. If he does, just because he believes in his head that the election was stolen, that makes him responsible for an insurrection. That doesn't make sense to me.
It's not necessarily just that he. It's not necessarily just that, right? Like, there's other factors as well. But in like for this situation, I would say it's more that he had a way to get the situation under control, but he chose not to.
Wait, what did he choose not to do?
Just concede the election at that point. Just be like, fuck it. Even if I believe that shit.
But he doesn't believe that he lost. Why would he concede if he believes he's right? It doesn't matter
if he believes that or not, right? It's what's being presented to him is what's important. Like, if there was like,
no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Because you're only going with the parts that are presented to him that align with your belief that he lost.
No, it's just
because there are other people who were I guarantee you there were other people who were telling him that he was that he had won.
He was going for court
just
cases
because he's wrong.
Months. No, he was going for court cases for 2 months. Like, I can only grant a certain level of ignorance before you have to be like, yeah, you're kind of maliciously doing this, right?
Heads up, you're at 8,000.
I think so.
Well, you were. I don't know what you're at now.
I think I'm over 8,000.
I think you might have dropped below 8,000 now.
I think I'm there now. The crazy
yeah. You're still just there.
But yeah, again,
you're asking for like a ridiculous thing though out of a guy who doesn't believe that he lost to just concede. That's like,
listen,
that's like, hold on, that's like you played those 3 cards and then you surrender.
Wait, what? I play those?
You believe you won, okay?
Yeah.
When you see those cards, and then you would just surrender.
If I thought like I was gonna win, then maybe it's kind of crazy, right? But if the opponent is actually like...
No, he thought he won.
Yeah, no, the thing is, he challenged everywhere, right? It's not... I don't care if he thought he won, right? Like, he challenged the win. Like, he challenged it at every point.
I agree.
And
he was still doing it.
And when he was challenging it, he was told, you're wrong. On every point. Like, he was told that this is not a stolen election. This is probably one of the most secure elections we've had. Like, that makes him responsible.
I still disagree.
I just because you don't want to accept it back, like just because the person.
No,
not you,
okay,
not you.
No. We're going back because you're saying I refuse to accept the fact.
Not
no,
you.
You refuse to accept the fact because
Dave,
the only thing that hasn't happened is he hasn't been found guilty of an insurrection.
I was saying you in the abstract, not.
I'm still gonna fight you.
I said as fucking Donald Trump.
Again,
if you don't,
have to realize that the courts don't believe that Donald Trump is responsible for an insurrection.
I can believe the sky is blue. Doesn't necessarily.
No, I don't mean you. I mean you in the abstract. Sorry.
Well, no. What I'm saying is he can believe something. That doesn't necessarily mean it translates into reality.
That doesn't matter.
Right? That does matter.
The belief doesn't matter.
That does matter.
The belief only matters to you because you think somehow in his head, people telling him that he's wrong makes him believe it.
No, he's presented with a reality. That's the reality of the situation, Dave.
The only solution you're giving me that he was supposed to do is surrender.
No, he could have challenged. He challenged for 2 months, right? But
no, you said he could concede.
Yeah, he could concede
That's how he could
at some point, right? But he's still saying that.
But he wasn't ready on January 6th to concede.
He's still saying it.
Exactly.
Like, present it like, I'm not gonna feed into the delusions of like a fucking crazy person that fucking is just like, yeah, I think I'm
not feeding into his delusions either. But it's true that he believed. And he still does to this day, as well as a lot of his followers. Not me, but there are a lot of people that do.
Yeah, for sure. There are people that believe it was stolen. That's fine. But, like, again, I'm not going off the belief of someone, right? I'm going on what the factual things are when I'm going to be looking at an insurrection. Like, he can believe that the election was stolen just because but it's not based within reality, right? Like, it's not something that is realistic. We can't, you can try and say that he believed it. That's fine. He can believe whatever he wants to believe. That's why I said, if you believe something, doesn't necessarily mean it's true. Your truth isn't based within, like, just because you believe something. It's based within the facts that we're looking at. Now, Donald Trump was very much told in multiple cases, this is a pretty secure election. I don't know what's wrong with you.
I don't know why you think just because he was told something that he has to believe the people that are telling him.
Because he has the data to look through. It's not a hard thing. Like, he's the president of the United States. He should be able to fucking sift through that data. He has everything accessible to him. He has no
but even
excuses.
today, with all the studies and things that were done, he still doesn't believe it.
Again, if he believes that he's 8 feet tall, doesn't mean he's 8 feet tall, right? Like, I'm not going off of what he believes.
That has nothing to do with my argument.
Yes, but what I'm saying is I'm not going off of his beliefs. Right? Like, that his belief.
And there's other people that have looked at this evidence and still believe that it was stolen.
No, there is no one.
Just because you don't think so, I don't think so, and the majority of Americans don't think so, doesn't mean there's still a chance that it was.
Wait, come on, bro. Like hey,
that is. I'm just saying. I agree that it's pretty unlikely.
Like, because, like, me and you have talked about this before, and I'll give you, like, at the initial point where, like, you see that many votes pile in, yeah, it could look sketchy, right? But then you dig into it and you're just like, okay, this.
I still think it looked sketchy.
I'm saying it could look sketchy.
I still do.
It could look sketchy, right? But if you get reportings on, like, why,
mainly because I was in Arizona, so I was looking at Arizona results specifically. What are you doing?
I'm just playing Maxi.
Why would you do that?
You don't special summon, so it doesn't even matter.
Why would you do that? Still don't understand why you do that. I don't know what it did.
So it doesn't.
I wasn't paying attention.
So it doesn't give me an activation every time you play a card.
Gotcha.
Because it's annoying.
Ah, I see. No. Oh, I can only play one of this card?
What? Double summon?
Perry Reese.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Once per turn.
Sad.
I'm going first a lot today. Exact opposite of what.
Yeah, you are. It's kind of screwing me, actually. Because that gives you one more option to stop me from getting my combo off. Which you're going to do right now.
For sure.
It's kind of frustrating over here.
You know what's crazy? I haven't drawn a single Ash Blossom in the multiple duels we have.
Well, how many do you have in your deck?
3.
Damn.
All of them run 3, Dave. It's a staple. We talked about this. But yeah,
But I didn't know you ran 3 in each. You said all of them run it.
yeah, I run 3 of each, and Maxi I usually run 3 of, depending on if the deck requires that kind of draw power or not. Usually it's just a good card to have. But yeah, I could agree it looks sketchy for sure. But then we have to consider like all the things that were happening, right? Like we have to consider the mail-in voting. Like that was a pretty new thing. We hadn't seen that before.
Well. No, I'm stalled.
But
that's it.
But can you see how this deck is way more effective than you were running it?
No.
If you were going first, you would definitely be like winning.
I don't know. We'll find out when I do go first eventually.
I don't really need Max here against you. Maybe that's... And because I can. Actually, I think it's already game, isn't it? Yeah.
I don't know. Do you? Oh yeah, just attack.
Yeah.
Huh, you've activated my... Nothing. What happened? What?
I have no idea. Did that thing not take battle damage? That's fucked. That's actually fucked.
Does it not?
I have no idea.
No. It has nothing to do with that card.
After damage calculation, I did you play a card that I just didn't notice? Let's see.
No.
I don't know why my damage didn't go off.
I don't know.
That was weird.
Doesn't matter. Can't do anything else. What happens this time?
I'm gonna summon something this time, just in case.
Just in case.
I have no idea what did that, and no desire to find out. Let's also play where I get to.
Jesus. Overkill, huh?
Just in case. You never know. I don't know how you survived that turn, but
I'll take it.
you survived.
It bought me one extra turn to do nothing. I feel like it's gonna be more consistent.
Yeah, because you could definitely get that thing to your hand a lot more. Fuck it,
Yeah.
I'm going second. I want to see this.
Yay!
And
I'm sure you'll draw Ash Blossoms. At least one.
Why do you jinx yourself like that, dude?
Because I just know. I'm a realist. What does this card do? So confused.
I don't think me and you can argue. But we agree on too much on the insurrection shit. The only thing that you always fight me on is like the intent behind it, and I'm just like, honestly, like his intention, like I could kind of give a fuck, especially when presented with all the facts. Like it's just like one of these things where I kind of fault him to a certain degree.
What is the purpose of having this card in the deck? I don't understand.
Are we talking about the crystal thing?
Ancamorph, right?
Yeah, the fucking giant crystal meteorite thing.
No, the dude.
Oh, I have no idea.
Ancamorphrite.
It's a spell.
What?
That's a spell as well. It's a pendulum monster.
Okay.
So you want to
Weird.
use the spell effect to draw one card, I believe.
Here goes nothing. We're gonna see what happens. This ain't going well so far.
Yeah, I think this is the one I negate.
Wow.
Stop the 4 draw. I had to stop the count, Dave. Are we back? We are back.
Hi. I'm Dave. Again. I'm back.
Sorry about that, people. Everything froze, and I needed to do a quick reset, so... Just give me a second to get back into the duel room.
I'm
Okay.
still in here.
Yeah. Everything should be running, so... At least from what I can tell.
Is there any way to stop an ash blossom?
Yeah. Called by the
Ow.
grave.
What?
Called by the grave.
Hmm.
So where were we?
I'm still here. I'm just waiting for you.
Yeah.
There you
Actually, can you
go.
check
So
on
the only...
Can you check on YouTube
What?
real quick to see if everything's
Yeah,
running?
you're live.
I'm live? Okay.
Mhm.
I was like, it's still giving me the buffering in the back thing where it like shows you what's going on.
Yeah, you can drop the empty thing up there on the right.
You mean the thing?
Just to try to... oh yeah, I'm not gonna cam
no,
up anymore.
we're good. It's not the cam up.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was literally the room got ridiculously hot. So
Okay.
everything just decided to be like, nope, we're not doing it. That's why my voice is a little like scratchy at the moment. Sorry guys. At least you're not hearing the AC like normally.
Let me see what it sounds like. Keep talking.
What's up? What's up? What's up? This is gonna sound scratchy. I tried my best to remove like
Doesn't sound that bad.
Yeah.
I can't even tell, to be honest.
So, but
It's all good. But we're back, and that's the important part.
Yep.
But yeah, the main gist is our disagreement has nothing to do with whether it's an insurrection or not, because I don't give a fuck. I just don't think it's Donald Trump's fault. With whatever you want to call it that happened, whether it's a riot, a raid, a non-peaceful protest.
I don't think it's solely his fault, right? Like
because every call that he made was for peace. He never asked for aggression.
Well, he could have told the people to go home immediately, you know? Once the aggression had started.
What do you mean? What? Oh, it's your turn, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck.
I don't got anything.
Nice. Is this getting Ash Blossom? Yeah, that's what I figured.
I can't let you draw with that many cards.
I mean, it doesn't really do much, but...
Oh, Jesus. Well, it's one less at least.
Yeah. Well, it's not like I'm actually drawing that many cards. Because I have to get rid of the same amount of cards, so I'm not gaining a card advantage from it.
Yeah, but drawing 4 cards is dangerous.
I'm actually losing a card overall. This is bad.
Well, not really, because then you can...
No, I'm talking about everything else that's in my hand.
You can just activate your Toon Table of Contents.
Yeah.
The only issue is the last one is kind of a dead card after that, but it's for the counts.
Mm-hmm. You know, it sucks. So is the rest of my hand.
Damn. Honestly, that's a pretty good draw. I can work with that. I can work with this. And a special summon. Yeah, I just hate rehashing the fucking interaction talk.
I don't understand why I can't play Piri Rice after I play, because it has to be the first thing in my main phase, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be broken as fuck.
That's kind of annoying. It's not so much that I want to rehash the insurrection. I just don't think that it's Donald Trump, that a court will ever hold Donald Trump responsible or ever could.
Oh, well, now they can't, for sure.
Well, I mean, even if that rule didn't pass, there's no way to directly link it. Because you have to go through all these, like, oblong ways of saying that it's his fault. Like, he never calls for violence. He never tells people to be aggressive. The action is never stated. Yes, he may have been able to do something, even if we say he could have stopped it. That doesn't actually change anything.
Well, again, it's about the information that he was letting out. Like, if again, like that's gonna be again, we talked about it. It's the whole, if he believes something, doesn't necessarily make him innocent on his end, right?
It has nothing to do with innocence. What you're saying is he should have stopped it, not so much that...
Yeah, but if you're like, okay, so like the Alex Jones situation would probably be the best, like, parallel I can bring, where Alex Jones
Yeah,
might
go
have
ahead
thought-
and bring that, and I will blow you out the water on this one.
no,
Go for it. Go.
Alex Jones might have
I'm ready.
believed that at the time, right? The whole Sandy Hook thing, right? He might have believed that at the time, but his actions, like him saying that the stuff, led to the families being harassed, right?
You know what he said though? That makes it very different.
Well, I'm just saying this isn't a one-for-one parallel. I'm just saying like the action of like saying something, like spreading some sort of misinformation, can lead to potentially bad outcomes, and you can be culpable for them. Right?
I can't quite agree. Because there has to be more to it. What's the... I don't know how to go through this real quick. Oh, this is actually really bad. Fuck.
I actually want to see this play out, so...
The problem is I had 2 tune table of context in my opening hand. So I had to mallet one back into the deck.
Because contrary to what Alex Jones says, like, I think we could both agree that he probably thought it was Crisis Actors at the beginning, right?
I don't really think he did. I'm pretty sure he was just Alex Jonesing.
Oh, okay, so it's just more showmanship for him, is what you would say
Yeah.
for him? Okay.
I don't think he
can accept
actually
that.
believed that. Oh wait, that's not.
But I'm saying the
Wait.
mere action of spreading misinformation like that is dangerous, right? Like it leads to bad outcomes. So like if like again, if you have misinformation and you start like saying like stop the steal, for example, and you keep spreading that and something like the January 6th happens, you are partially culpable, right? Especially considering he's a world leader.
Sorry, say that again. My bad.
I'm saying
Why?
that
Why does it keep doing this?
he's partially culpable.
Ah!
By the way, when that gets to 3, you're activating it, right?
I am. But it doesn't matter. Damn it. Yeah.
So, like, again, like, do I hold him 100% responsible for what happened that day? Probably not. But
It's not even 100% that. It's more just... You can't hold somebody responsible for something for not preventing it.
I wouldn't say it was like the action of preventing it. That would be it. Would be the whole issue of like, again, if you're spreading some sort of misinformation, just because you believe something doesn't necessarily, and bad outcomes occur because of that, doesn't necessarily like excuse the behavior.
Say that again. Sorry. I was reading.
I was saying, just because, like, again, like, if he believes something, doesn't excuse the behavior because it is still misinformation, right? Like, everything was telling him the
Wow.
opposite of what is true.
I hate you so much. Go on. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, everything that he knew, or was told, at least, even if he chose to not believe it, like, he was presented with the facts.
Okay. Let's say even if he did 100% believe and agree and not think that the election was stolen, it still wouldn't be his fault. He still would not have incited it.
But then there would be no reason to stop the steal, right? Like, that's why I was like, if we remove Donald Trump from the situation, I don't think
People still believed it without
Yeah.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, but they like people.
If Donald Trump wasn't pushing it, but wasn't dissuading them from doing it,
was Donald Trump dissuading them?
no, I'm saying if he was, well, he was technically dissuading them from
No,
taking any kind of aggressive
action. Yeah, but he wasn't dissuading them from going to the Capitol, which led to.
But that's fine. There's nothing wrong with going to the Capitol.
Yeah, but it led to the series of events that happened, right? Like, we can say.
Okay, sure, but he may have incited a protest, but he said peaceful. He never said storm the Capitol, take it by force, make sure they hear us.
I mean, I can grant you that he never, like, said that, like, verbally, right? At least not to my knowledge.
The only thing he asked them to do is something that is fully protected.
Yeah, protected
by the
for sure.
Constitution,
Yeah.
which is go.
Yep. But again,
and protest, which is great.
When you're amping up the situation by saying the election is stolen, yeah, unfortunately, you are kind of responsible.
For what?
For the actions that occurred that day. Like, again, like, that's why
Okay,
that's why I would say Alex Jones would be a pretty good example. It's not a 1-to-1 for sure, but
so then should everyone who's in BLM just be should we send them all to jail for inciting theft?
Inciting theft? Like,
and arson?
No, they got their charges, but, like, there's, like, no rioting charge either.
No, I'm talking about the people who were in charge of BLM.
For in some cases they did get charged
For arson. For inciting arson.
Not for inciting.
For inciting violence.
Yeah, because again, it wasn't. No one's being charged in a criminal court for incitement. Right?
Yes, you are.
No, there's no one.
Yes.
No.
That is where it gets.
No. That's not what happened.
Yes.
There's no rioting charges. There's also an insurrection charge can be put into court, but no one got an insurrection charge. They got insurgency charges.
There is a such thing as incitement to violence.
I feel like the barrier would be really high on that.
If the offense of violence that the person or that the other person is being urged or incited to commit, what is happening? Did I miss something? Oh yeah, sorry. Go ahead and kill me. That the other person is being urged or incited to commit is a misdemeanor. Inciting to violence is a misdemeanor of the first degree. If the offense of violence that the other person is being urged or incited to commit is a felony, inciting to violence is a felony of the third degree.
Okay. So
yeah, inciting to violence is a real law.
Yeah, but again, it's like, what was the intentionality behind that? We have to look at it. Like,
I don't believe the intentionality of Donald Trump was to have the Capitol storm.
Well, he did want the election to be stopped, right? Like the counting to be stopped. That
Sure.
was his goal that day.
Yeah, he wanted. Well, no, he didn't want the counting to be stopped.
He didn't want the election
That's
to
a
be certified.
mistake.
No, he didn't want the election.
He actually
to be
didn't.
certified.
He didn't. No, he didn't. You're wrong.
No, Pence came out and said that he was being pressured to not certify the election.
No, that's not what he was being. He was being pressured to do something completely different, and you're wrong.
Yes, to hold off on certifying.
No, it wasn't to hold off on certifying.
Yes.
It was to certify the alternate slate of electors.
Of electors, yeah.
Yeah, he was still supposed to do his job. They weren't trying to stop him from doing his job.
Well, they're supposed to do some.
It was to do exactly what he was supposed to do, but with a different slate of electors. They still wanted him to go through with what he was supposed to do on that day, which was submit the slate of electors, but they wanted him to select the other one.
The other one, yeah, for sure.
The fake one.
Yeah. Which would have been.
I agree, it's a fake one. Which
would have been bad.
I'm just saying they weren't even trying to. So Destiny's definition wouldn't even necessarily stand, because they weren't trying to stop him from doing it. They were just trying to alter the way that he did do it.
Well, Destiny's example's more towards like the crowd, right? That's what he was looking at, I believe.
Oh yeah, I agree, but I'm saying in general,
Pence,
that's what the crowd wanted to happen.
No. The crowd.
They were saying some people were saying hang Pence, so I mean obviously it goes a little weird.
Yeah, but that's the issue with a lot of these problems, right? Like, let's say 5% of the people, like I'll even give them the grace of saying, let's say 1% of people actually were willing to stop the fucking count, right? By any means necessary. With that 1% and the thousands of people, that is still an insurrection. It doesn't matter that all of them weren't there for the intentionality of that, but if 1% were, then it does cross the line of becoming an insurrection. Not all of them have to have the same mind state.
Well, obviously not all of them have the same mind state. It became a mob mentality, though.
Yeah, for sure.
For a lot of them.
But what I'm saying is, like I think Andrew brought this up yesterday, where he was saying you can't know everyone's mindset. I was like, you don't have to, right? You can look at specific actors, again, like the Proud Boys, and fucking figure out whether this was an insurrection or not. Like, I don't have to look at
the people who are shouting "Storm the Capitol," get them for incitement to violence. The people that stormed, I'm fine with putting them into holding them to account. But I don't believe you hold Trump to account because he wasn't inciting violence.
When you're amping up a situation, it's that's why I would ask you, was Alex Jones inciting violence when when the families of the Sandy Hook victims were being harassed? I don't know if you can make the case.
He wasn't. He wasn't inciting violence. That was never part of his ruling.
Because that's part of the issue, right? That's why he had to pay, because that led to
it was defamation and things like that.
Let
me look at what the actual charges were.
But it also led to the harassments, right?
But I don't think the harassment mattered.
But that's why it would matter in a defamation case.
Not really.
Yeah.
What? I don't want to know the amounts. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, excuse me. I don't care about that.
The amounts are crazy. Don't get me wrong, but that's because
I know
that's because Alex Jones fucking refused to fucking hand over documents, which is stupid as fuck, or to hand them in a timely manner.
Yeah, but that's all they're talking about in all these. I want to know what the actual wording of the charges were, because I'm pretty sure it was just defamation.
Oh yeah, it was a defamation case, but they would cite it in there that the families were harassed by people. People were definitely fucking being amped up by this guy.
Yeah, but none of that has to do with whether he's guilty or not.
That plays into the defamation.
No.
Yes.
The only thing that is for damages.
Yeah, for damages. That's what I'm saying.
That decides damages. That doesn't decide guilt.
That plays into part of the guilt.
The guilt was already figured out. That just decides how much they get or what they get for it. is what the repercussions of it was.
No, that they would still, for a defamation case, you have to prove damages. That's part of the process.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But that's what the purpose of that was. It was for damages. It wasn't for guilt.
Yeah, but we're also talking about like civil.
They could have not been. They could have not been harassed at all.
Right?
He still would have been found guilty of defamation.
But it wouldn't have been for the fucking crazy amounts that he did, right? Like,
yeah, but I don't care about the money. That has nothing to do with it. This is just about being guilty or not guilty.
That's why it matters.
That I'm arguing.
We're looking at like how much damage he was actually like. Damages is important to analyzing how big of a fuck up something is, right?
Well, only if you find that the person is responsible for the fuck up. That's what I'm saying. If the person isn't responsible for the fuck up, then the damages aren't assessed, so you don't even need to calculate.
Technically, since he didn't turn in his shit, people could argue that he is responsible for the fuck shit.
What shit? Turn in what?
The harassment of the families, being like your kid.
Well, I'm not talking about Alex Jones again.
Yeah, but I'm using that as the example, right? Like that's why I'm just like.
Yeah, I get what you're saying, but if he was found not guilty, none of that would have mattered. But obviously, he was going to be found guilty because he was full of shit and just spreading conspiracy theories.
Yeah, but like that's why I'm just like it did lead to the families being fucking harassed and all this. Like we can't say it didn't. Like that did happen.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with whether he's guilty or not. If they never got a phone call or harassed, he still would have been found guilty of defamation.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
Well, it would, because he still defamed them. Or, I mean, we can argue about this if you want, because this one I know I'll be right on. The other one I'm just kind of shooting the shit and having fun.
Yeah, no, this one
I can fight and win.
Well, no, this one I agree with you on certain points, but like that's what I'm saying. But because especially since it's a civil case, right? Like no one's like really found like quote unquote guilty because there's no like criminal charges being pressed.
Well, no, he was guilty. He was found guilty of defamation.
Found guilty, but like I'm saying in a criminal sense, he's not. There's nothing they could get him on.
Well, yeah, there's no need.
It's a civil
there's nothing to go. It's not a criminal concern whatsoever.
Yeah. And
obviously in a criminal case, you don't find out damages really.
And I think that's why it's important to fucking call out misinformation, but it's also really important like to hold people that fucking try and spread misinformation to that level of like scrutiny. Like if you're gonna do
if it's damaging individuals, I think it is very important to cut that off. If it's like the Earth is flat, whatever.
Yeah.
Nobody's being hurt by that.
Yeah. But like again, like when you have people thinking that the election was stolen, like it does amp up the energy, right? Because a lot of people are gonna fucking be like, my country is being stolen. So it's like,
I don't see an issue with that though.
I think that's a humongous issue, especially knowing the opposite, being told the opposite. Like, factually,
all cops are bastards. Fuck the police. The only good pig's a dead pig. Those kind of things aren't doing the same thing.
No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. That's what you're just trying to strawman there into the Black Lives Matter.
No, I'm not strawmanning. I'm giving you a equivalency, something that's.
I would
worse,
say that's
actually.
I would say that's
because
bad.
These are actually things that are amping it up. That never get. That are okay. They're like on the news. These things are being like these people that are saying these kind of things get boosted up in the media.
Who gets boosted up for saying kill cops?
I didn't say kill cops.
Okay.
Now you're strawmanning.
Okay. So fuck pigs.
I said all cops are bastards. The only good pig is a dead pig. Or whatever.
Like, the people that say that are usually really obscure. They don't get boosted up into the media.
Sure they do. The people that say all cops are bastards and stuff?
Dave, name
for
me...
sure.
Dave, name me
I'll
3...
find celebrities that do. I'll find three celebrities
without
that said
Googling.
this stuff.
Without Googling, name me 3 high-level Black Lives Matter like officials. Just 3.
Officials? What do you mean?
Like the fucking higher ups. They're in charge of like.
I feel like people like LeBron James saying these things are way more impactful than a politician saying it.
Yep, and they get fined for it.
No, they. Oh, hold on. Let me find what LeBron James. When the girl got shot.
You say some wild shit, you get fined in sports.
I don't think he did.
But then that's the sports.
Because LeBron James can do no wrong.
But that's because like the fucking sports team doesn't want to be held liable, so they're like, "Fuck you."
I remember him.
We've seen it happen in football. We've seen it happen.
Complaining
in
about
boxing,
the cops who actually
MMA.
saved somebody's life by shooting somebody, and he was saying that they were pieces of trash or whatever. You remember what I'm talking about? When there was a girl that was about to get stabbed, and the officer shot the girl who was going to stab her.
Oh, when they shot into the building.
They had a weird camera angle, so it just looked like he shot a black girl.
It's when they rushed the apartment, right? Like that's that case.
No, there were 2 girls fighting out by a car.
I don't remember what you're talking about then.
I'd have to find it. I don't think I can find it right now. I'd have to look real deep. But regardless, there were tons of people during that time, celebrities that came out saying how terrible cops were and that we need
police reform.
And yeah, police reform, not just police reform. They were calling for the abolition of police.
That was extremist. Let's be fair.
I don't even think that was extremists.
Yeah, that was definitely.
That was pretty mainstream.
No.
As abolish the police.
No, it wasn't. That was extremist fucking rhetoric. Like even in where they locked down fucking a few blocks in Seattle, they just wanted to cut the fucking police's funding by 50%. That's all they wanted to do. They never wanted to abolish it. Like that's why like that's just rhetoric that just came out. There's probably some people that thought that, right? That want to abolish the police, but in general, they just wanted to fucking reorganize how the police work. And I would say that the way they tried to achieve certain things is bad, right? Like the fucking rioting was fucking horrible. And you should be fucking charged with the same fucking level of degree. Like
I don't know why this was sent to me, but why did you send me this, Lauren? I'm confused.
I was about to like DM you and be like, what? He wants to have this fucking conversation, the Black Lives Matter conversation.
Well, yeah, I think Black Lives Matter. The movement sucked. I think the sentiment was fine, but the movement sucked,
Yeah,
and
for sure.
the escalation sucked.
Wouldn't disagree with you.
Lizzo, John Legend, Jane Fonda. I'm sure there's more, but those are just the 3 that popped up right here. I know there's more.
There were like athletes were doing it. That's why I was like, there was athletes in fucking in football, MMA, boxing. We had all fucking arenas basically doing the thing, right? But again, I would say like, yeah, hold them to a level of scrutiny for sure if they say something fucking dangerous and reckless.
So all those people should be put in jail?
I didn't say anything about jail.
Oh, what should the punishment be?
I think in most cases they were punished. Like again,
no, these celebrities weren't punished.
Like if you're tied to
you're insane.
If you're tied to it, like at least athletes, they were fined. You go.
I don't even believe that.
You know, you it happens. They get fined.
Hold on.
Because you're a representation of the team.
Okay. This is for no. This is not this, right? Never mind. This is MLK days that I'm looking at here.
Yeah, I think Kenosha is probably going to be the best example we can use for like destruction wise. I saw someone talking about the Washington D.C. one, and I was just like, they literally like maybe broke a couple lampposts, and that was it.
I mean, even still, it's not so much that, it's the stealing from businesses that bothers me.
Yeah, but the
Like,
Washington
I don't
D.C.
care
ones
if you
didn't even have
break
that.
some
That's what I'm
government
saying.
property. To
That's
be
what I'm
honest,
saying. They were gathered in front of the White House and didn't charge it or try to break the fucking gates or anything, right?
I think the best example of something that's terrible is Chaz. Or Chop, or whatever the frick you want to call it.
Chaz was super weird to look at. Like, even like if you read through like what Chaz was, and even how the officials were responding to it, like the mayor said it's more of a block party than a riot. I was just like, what the fuck?
They literally seceded the block from the United States of America.
They tried to secede.
Claim that they did.
Yeah. That they wanted to have that zone be autonomous.
Overall, it was a joke.
Yeah.
Like it can be taken in history like a joke.
Mm-hmm.
But so could the insurrection, quote unquote. Nothing happened. More happened in the Chaz than happened at the insurrection.
I don't know.
It had no effect on history.
It's historically like we haven't actually attacked our fucking. We the people haven't decided to be like fuck Congress and we're gonna fuck shit up today. Like that's a historical event. Yeah, like no matter what you want to say, that's a historical event.
But what I'm saying is nothing changed. It didn't do anything.
Well, we got people arrested. That's what happened.
Sure, but they didn't accomplish anything. They didn't stop anybody. They didn't hurt anybody.
Yeah.
The only people that got hurt were them.
Yeah. And the police officer that got hit in the head with a fire extinguisher. That's like the only.
But that didn't cause him to die. So
I'm not saying that it didn't cause him to die, but he was hurt. Okay, like we can't say he wasn't hurt by the crowd, right?
Sure, whatever. That happens every day.
And again, like it's super weird because like when we talk about that day, it's like we don't bring up like certain facts. Like the barricades were set really like at the bottom of the steps. Like it was super far away from the front door. So like even before anything it escalated to the points, the cops were trying their very best to like make sure nothing bad happened that day.
Oh, by the way, do you know who was supposed to call in the National Guard?
I think it's the I forgot what his name is, but it's like the higher up of like the DC police.
So yeah, it's not even Donald Trump that's supposed to call it in.
For sure.
So like people put that on Trump too, and it's not what he's supposed to. He's not the one that's supposed to get them there.
The only reason that was put on him was because 2 months prior to that, or was it 2 months? I don't know. It was a couple months before that he used the National Guard to go down to the church down the street, which seemed excessive, but like it seems like he's willing to use that power, right? So why not use it in this situation where something actually was happening?
So should Kamala also be brought up on insurrection. Actually, I believe she is being impeached for inciting riots or something like that for her role in defund the police movement. I think somebody is currently trying to impeach Kamala Harris. I believe. If I'd have to look, but I don't know how much weight it has.
Yeah, I don't know any.
I did hear something about it.
I don't want to comment on that because I don't know the facts behind that.
I don't either. We'd literally be researching as we go if we were looking into that.
Yeah, I don't.
But I know for a fact that somebody was bringing impeachment charges against Kamala Harris, but I don't know how relevant it is. It's some congressman. I don't know how much support he has or if it will go anywhere.
Yeah, I would have to research that to fucking make a comment.
Yeah. Same.
If she did, then fuck it. Yeah.
But again, I think it's
Same
all
attitude.
part of the grand plan to get Michelle Obama in the presidency.
The issue is Michelle Obama isn't really a politician.
But she'd win. That's the difference.
She'd win, but that's just because he's personable.
Yeah.
But I don't want someone
at this point. That's all it is. It's literally a cult of personality.
It's super weird because would you say Pete would be like a pretty good fucking president? Because I think he'd be pretty good at it, right?
I don't think he'd be bad.
But I think a lot of people wouldn't vote for him because of the gay thing, and
yeah,
and that's fucking...
because even a lot of Democrats are still kind of squeamish about that kind of thing.
Yeah, and that's super fucking crazy, isn't it? Like we're still fucking...
I agree.
Like, I'm just like, he's good at the job. Like, why do I care what the fuck he wants to fucking... He's a pretty good politician, right? Like, we can look at his track record.
I am excited. Okay, I don't like Democrats for the most part. I'm kind of excited about Josh Shapiro. I don't know what it is about him, but something about like the way he speaks, he's very good.
I think the Democratic Party has very good... Yeah, like, I think the Democratic Party has very good fucking speakers. I just think they always go for the crazy ones, and I'm just like, why the fuck are you picking this person? Like, I
think the problem is none of these people who think they have a good shot in 4 years want to go now in this hellhole of an election.
Yeah, but let's say Trump loses, right? He's definitely gonna run again. That's not gonna stop him.
I don't think he will.
I think he would definitely run again.
How old is Trump right now?
78.
Yeah, there's no way.
He'd be running at the same age Biden was running currently.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but we wouldn't be calling this... That's also the weird shit that everyone was like, Biden's gonna die at any moment. I'm just like, Trump is 4 years younger than him.
Right now they are saying that Biden is on his deathbed. There's...
Well, no, that was...
Laura Loomer is going nuts on Twitter about it.
Yeah, but that's Laura Loomer.
Laura Loomer has posted, like, hourly things about Biden is dying. He's going to die within the day or something. She hasn't really gone quite that crazy. Are we going to take Laura Loomer's word on anything? No, but it's insane. I'm like, that's a little far, even if you hate him. Stop, like, talking about his death constantly. That's just weird and obsessive.
No, but it's okay when their side does it, bro. Did
you quit?
No, I'm just taking a small break.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see what you're doing. So I don't think we're gonna make any progress on this. Because I don't think there's anything that you can say that's gonna make me believe that Donald Trump is responsible.
I wouldn't say solely responsible, but yeah.
But I don't think I'm going to convince you that he's not at fault. Yeah, he could have done stuff differently. We can agree on that, but I don't think he's obligated to.
I feel like as the president of the United States, yeah, you're kind of obligated to.
I disagree. But what is he obligated to do?
You should be held to the
What is the
highest,
obligation?
You should be held to the highest standard as a president, right?
But what is the obligation?
The
what is
obligation
he
would
obligated
be to make
do?
sure that nothing
That he failed.
like that happens, right? Like he could have very
Like
clearly.
what? No, you got to be more specific than that.
They all
that
went,
nothing like that
they,
happened.
Like they all went home, right? Like immediately as this motherfucker was like, "Go home," like they all decided, "Fuck it, we're going home now." Like that. That's how easy it was.
Exactly. He ended it.
That's how
He's the one that ended it.
After so much of the shit that had happened, I was just like, bro, it was literally that
What
easy.
happened that was really bad? That's the thing. Like, you act like this escalated to some point where people were getting shot and murdered and nothing happened. Like, people died in Chaz.
Okay, so if someone
Literally nothing happened.
So if someone broke into your house, like just broke in and then just fucking they see you, they immediately leave. Like nothing happened, so not a big deal?
Not a big deal, no.
It's still a big deal. They broke into my fucking house.
At the time, but guess what? Nothing happened. I'll get over it real quick.
I'm still pressing fucking charges at that point.
That's the difference. I'll get over it real quick.
Like,
I'm not gonna sit here and freak out and hold their mother responsible.
Just because, again, it didn't become as bad as it could have been. And I think that's because of the way the police responded. Opening the doors and escorting them through was probably the fucking best bet they had at that moment.
Yeah,
to make sure that
I agree.
Because I'm pretty sure they would have fucking killed themselves out there.
I think the whole thing was handled perfectly fine. I don't think anything bad really happened. That was avoidable.
Yeah, I just think it could have been prevented from that ever escalating to that situation.
Sure, it could have. Everything could be prevented in hindsight.
Well, not even.
Hindsight is everything. Like, obviously, after the fact, you can realize that everything could be better if you
That's
just
not
avoid
even a
something.
hindsight.
If you never let the terrorists on the planes, 9/11 would have never happened.
That's not a hindsight thing, though, Dave. Like that's the difference there. It's not hindsight. He very much had the power to fucking be.
You know the steps. What I'm saying is, you now know the steps that would prevent it.
He could have
prevented. Or you assume at least.
He could have prevented this at any moment. That's what I'm saying. And him amping it up and being like they stole the election, and like that's why I'm just like removing him from
I don't care about that though. Like him saying they stole the election. He really believed that they stole the election.
Yeah, that's fine.
You can say, oh, people were telling him that he was.
I don't care that
doesn't matter.
He believes something. I care what's actually
fine to
happening.
Believe that.
I don't care what he believes. That's the thing. I don't care what's in your head. I care what's actually happening. The fucking cold hard truth is that he lost. And he couldn't accept it. That's the cold hard truth. Just because he believes something crazy doesn't necessarily mean I don't hold him to the standard of fucking not being able to fucking understand that shit.
Yes, but whose decision is it?
What do you mean? To charge him? Or
whose decision is it?
To charge him or what?
On what to do? No, on what to do.
On what to do for what?
What to do, period, for the country. For whose decision is it to say to stand down, to go home, those kind of things?
I would say he probably had the most pull, so I would say it probably is. But it's also
okay. Then it is his mind that matters. It's what he thinks that matters, not what everybody else thinks.
Yeah, no, but that's
it doesn't matter what Hornet thinks. You have zero effect on this.
The issue is, yes, he can affect something badly, right? That's what I'm saying. If it's because it's not based in reality, there was no facts supporting the thing that the election was stolen.
There were facts supporting it.
What facts?
There were.
What facts?
There were different facts depending on who you listened to.
What facts? That's not facts, Dave. Just depending on
the fact that you went to bed one night and then you woke up the next night and there was a completely different number on the screen without any counting happening.
Happens during every election.
No, it doesn't. No,
yes,
it doesn't.
Does. The numbers always tick up overnight.
No.
Especially during a close election.
No.
It just
Not
it doesn't switch to the other side. That's the abnormal thing. But the numbers always tick upwards. So why did that happen?
Hold on, let me see. Let me look at what the number difference was. Arizona voting information. Because it was a drastic difference between what the numbers were when I went to bed and what they were when it's opened back up in the morning. Come on. Was it 2020?
And I will say that even if that thing, the drastic numbers thing, is an intuition that there's something funky going on, right? There's no facts supporting that, right? Like the only
that is a fact.
No, you just know
that is still a fact. That it's this number when it closes, and it's this number when it opens.
Yep,
that is a fact.
But why is the reason would be your intuition, right?
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay, that'd be an intuition
Same with
thing.
Everything else.
Yes, but here's the
It's
cold
all
hard.
intuition.
Here's the truth that everyone seems to fucking ignore.
What's the truth?
They took it to court. That Dominion fucking was able to sue Fox News because of the misinformation that they were spreading, saying that the election was rigged and the voting machines were fucking doing this. They had so many theories that were disproven, and even when Donald Trump challenged the number changes, he lost on every court. That's the facts. He had an intuition that something happened, doesn't necessarily reflect facts. Yes, I can understand that you can have an intuition about something. That's fine. But when
you're saying it's okay. The fact
I'm saying that
what you're saying is that it was fair and free, at that point is also an intuition.
It's not. I don't have to operate on the level of just an intuition, because you can go look up those court cases. No,
because it's not a fact.
No, because go read the Dominion fucking lawsuit then, or go read the multiple court cases that Trump brought to the states to say that there was some voter fraud from like these specific sections or districts. Okay, like we can look at that. That's factual stuff we can look at. Right? That's not an intuition. There is data supporting. There is no intuition.
Data supporting both.
There is no data supporting both.
There might be more data supporting yours, but you can find data that supported his too.
I'm just saying there is there's a burden of proof that you're gonna have to provide to fucking say something that fucking wild, and he did not meet the burden of proof in any way. That was all an intuition thing. Like,
what's the burden of proof to say something?
To say that the election was stolen from you and
state your opinion.
There's
no burden of proof to state your opinion.
But look what happened from just saying that opinion.
Nothing happened from saying that opinion.
Dangerous. Yes, it is. Stop.
He's not the only person that had that opinion. You're acting like Donald Trump was the only one that thought the election was stolen.
Okay, so you're saying that if Donald Trump would have been like, after he went through all of his court cases, after all this shit happened, if he would have been like, you know what, they're right. Do you think the people would still react the same way they reacted that day?
Hold on. Okay, this is obviously wrong. Fact check. Trump says 82% of Americans think 2020 election was rigged. That's a lot.
He just throws out numbers. That's what I've realized.
So we asked polling experts across the nation, is there any truth to Trump's claim that 82% of Americans believe the 2020 presidential election was rigged? Their answer, no. Hold on, I want to see what the actual numbers were, because I guarantee they did the polls.
Let's see who actually thought the election was stolen. I think it might be within the 20-30 range.
Almost a third!
Yeah, 20-30 range is what I'm thinking.
That's a lot of people!
That is a shit ton of people. Don't get me wrong. But the question I posed to you is...
It was between 32 and 29%.
Answer the question that I posed to you. If Trump would have, after all the court cases, challenged it on every stand, at the end, on that day, been like, you know what? Okay, I did everything I could, but I've been shown that this election has not been stolen, and he announced that. Do you think the people would have still reacted the way they reacted?
Yes. I do.
That's crazy, dude.
People that believe that something was stolen, I guarantee you the Proud Boys would still have been there.
Yeah, I think the Proud Boys probably would have still been there.
But yeah, and they were the main driving force that I know of that was there.
We wouldn't have a crowd that big, for sure, right? Like, you're not going to say that the crowd would be the same size.
I don't think.
Right?
Yeah, I don't think there would have been as many like people that weren't intending to do something stupid.
And I don't think the Proud Boys.
But I think all the people that intended to do something stupid still would have been there.
Let's say that's only
you just wouldn't have had as much as large.
I even gave you that earlier, right? Like, I would say that's like 1 or 2% of the fucking crowd, right? That actually went there with that fucking intention, right? That's probably not right. It's probably higher, but I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt and saying that only 2% of them went with that. But if only
I'm actually really taken aback that 32 to 29% of people actually believed that it was stolen.
It's fucking stupid, dude.
At that point. But that makes me think that it's not. It has nothing to do with just Donald Trump. Like, people actually believed it. That's a large amount of people that still believed it.
Do you remember the rhetoric that was happening beforehand?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Remember
they set it up that way. It was always gonna end up that way because Trump was just like, these mail-in ballots. Watch, they're gonna fucking.
Okay, here's why they wanted the reason that it was the before stuff happened is because mail-in ballots obviously do benefit the Democratic Party more than the Republican Party. Because most of the people that vote Republican are old. Like, retired. Those people are going to vote. They're going to show up and vote.
The issue was it was during the certain time period.
It actually makes it easier for people who work to go vote. I think the
elderly would have probably done the
their vote in.
I think the elderly, like, especially for living in like in a retirement home, they'd probably make you do mail-in.
Well, only because of the COVID stuff, but
yeah, that's why I'm saying, like, for them particularly for that election's super weird because it was also happening during that time, right? So that's why I'm just like, for that instance, I would say that Republicans would kind of benefit. I honestly don't know what Donald Trump would have said if he actually won the election, because they had already primed it so much with the mail-in ballots.
Oh, I guarantee you it would have been something like, even with them trying to rig everything against me, I still was able to prevail. Obviously, he would still say that they tried to rig it.
Like, they would like,
let's say that they failed.
Let's say he got like
failed.
Let's say that he got like 70% of the mail-in votes, right? Like, I think Donald Trump would fucking be like, fuck, what do I say in this situation?
I guarantee you that the Democrats wouldn't have accepted that. No way. No shot.
If he got
They
most,
didn't accept.
if he got,
They didn't accept Trump winning in 2016. Obviously, they wouldn't accept that.
well, that's a bit different. We can talk about
Dude, in
that. If you want.
2016, they were calling in for the electors to be faithless. So, like, the Democrats were also doing this.
I don't know if it was to be faithless. I don't know if that's
Here,
necessarily...
I can link you the. There was a whole like commercial where like all the celebrities that came together. There were tons of them.
Yeah, well, I think me and you've gone through this for that election.
I don't know if I ever showed you that video though.
No, you didn't. But
I'm sure I could find it. But
we're not gonna watch a video.
It's not that important. I'm sure you believe me. That they were just saying, you don't have to vote for Donald Trump. You can vote anyone else.
Yeah, for sure.
They were calling for them to vote the wrong way.
The only issue that I think the 2016 election had was that the popular vote went to Hillary, and I think that upset people. Just like the Al Gore situation. It's the hanging
because
chad.
This nation's supposed to be a representation of the individual sectors, not every single individual person.
Yeah, I can understand that to a degree, but I
understand the need for a democratic republic instead of just a straight democracy.
Complicated. We can both say it's complicated as fuck.
For sure, but I also think that's why less things need to be decided on the federal level and more things on the local, because then you're doing what's best for the area where people live, as opposed to an overarching thing for the whole nation. But
I don't think
anything interstate should be.
I don't think the
regulated
federal government
at the federal level.
I don't know any like policies that I would say is like an overreach necessarily, like to me. Any federal policies, right? Like I guess if you want to go on like border stuff, but even that's like, because that's a federal agency, so it's super weird to even talk about that because it's controlled by both.
Well, yeah, but I just mean like state borders. Like if you're crossing state borders for things, that's when the government would have to step in and make a decision on things, especially when you have one law in one state and one law in another. Like say Pennsylvania decided that they would have prohibition laws reenacted, but Ohio doesn't, and somebody goes from Ohio to Pennsylvania and brings alcohol with them. How would they be processed? Or I mean vice versa. People leave or go across the border from PA to Ohio to get drunk and then drive back home. What would happen in that situation? Like that's the kind of things that the federal government should step in on. Or if say in Texas abortion is illegal, so they go across the border to New Mexico where it is and get it done. Are they going to be prosecuted under Texas law or no? Things like that.
Do you think a state should be able to?
Because that one actually is relevant.
Yeah. Do you think a state should have that kind of power though, to be like, if you go out of state, then you have to face the same level of consequences, even though you're no longer in the state's rules?
It's rough, but that's why I think the federal government needs to rule in at that point.
Gotcha.
Oh, I hate you.
What? No, that doesn't do anything.
Oh, never mind. I just hate that you always have a card that can do something. Even though, like, it's not your turn and you don't have trap cards on the board. You still have tons of actions that you can do.
Yeah.
Quite frustrating.
And that's the speed Yu-Gi-Oh plays at now.
It's stupid. No, I didn't want to draw that yet.
Fuck.
What? That was not the card I thought I had there.
I mean, to be fair though, you're trying to FTK me.
I know.
So, you know.
I understand that. Christine, go sing.
Hi, Christine. And Forest.
Hi, Christine. Yep.
Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just
Appreciate you guys hanging out, by the way. Hi,
Yeah.
Christine.
listen to me and Dave fucking talk about random ass shit, which isn't really random.
Magic and Trump. Magic?
Magic, bro.
That was not what I meant to say.
You're playing Magic.
I have played Magic.
Is that a once per turn effect?
Huh? Is what a once per turn effect? Oh, the pop to my hand, yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would be an infinite draw, and
Yeah,
that would be broken.
That's what I
You
was
know
just
that
like,
would be
wait,
banned
wait,
immediately.
Wait.
No, I've already played that game. Well, let's see if you do it.
Hey, Sippin'.
Hey, what's
Also,
up, Sippin'? Welcome to the stream.
If you weren't here earlier, thank you for getting me to 100. That is... Didn't think it would even reach this number, so...
Oh, that's right. That was on the other one. Congratulations, Hornet.
Yeah.
On
Well, no,
getting
I think
to
it's the same...
100
We're still
subs.
on the same live. It's just... there's a weird cutoff
okay.
section. Yeah. Because
Yeah.
nothing was going.
But that is badass.
I said hi to you, Christine.
Ooh. So you have nothing to stop me, do you?
No.
I might actually be able to pull this one off.
That's what I'm saying. Like... The only way I can stop you...
Oh no, what am I doing? Oh, I suck.
The only way I can stop
I
you
wasted
would
a
be
possible draw.
is if I, like, if I go first, is typically how I stop you. In this deck, particularly. In other decks, like, there are more resources that I could use. Yeah, I do ignore Lauren. She was feeding my opponent information.
I wasn't reading. Doesn't this do something? Yeah, it lets me draw a card.
Yeah. And then you can special summon that again, by the way.
Oh, nice.
That's why it's in there. Because I knew what you were talking about. I was like, you probably saw like a wall of text and were just like, fuck no, I'm not reading this.
Pretty much, yep. That's about it.
Yeah, that's Pendulum Monsters for every Yu-Gi-Oh player. It's like, yeah, I'm not reading that.
Yeah, I was so lost on that.
How many cards you got left? 14? Come on, Dave. You can get there.
Yeah, hold on.
You can get there.
I can. I'm telling you. So it's not in the graveyard then now, right?
No, it is in your extra deck, and it's the only card in your extra deck, so it can be special summoned from your extra deck.
Gotcha. I mean, I didn't go first, but... I mean, I'm going first. This is first turn still.
I won the coin flip, and I was just like, you need to fucking go this way. Because we need to see it at least once during the playthrough.
Yeah.
We've been here for 2 hours, so I'm just like... Honestly, this is the longest episode of Duel and Discussions that we've had so far.
Nice. That's good. What is this? Send one spell or trap card from your deck to the graveyard.
Actually, no, I think.
Oh yeah. No,
I think Crab is still outpacing you.
Aw, boo. I'm not. I might stall out here.
Oh no.
Is there actually a card that benefits me being in the graveyard?
Isn't it like one of the bamboo swords or something? No. Yeah?
No, they're all in the deck already. They're all in my hand already. They're all on the board.
Yeah, that's why. That'd be the card to use for the bamboo sword.
Well, I can get rid of a card that if I draw does nothing for me. That worked. No, it didn't. Why can't I play this card? What?
Because you probably used 2 of them already.
No, Pot of Duality.
Oh, you have no extra deck, do you?
No.
Okay, that you can't use pot unless you have something to throw away with it.
Then why the hell was it in the...
Because it probably wants you to use an throw in like random ass extra deck monsters to.
It didn't though. You can only activate 1 Pot of Duality per turn. You cannot special summon during the turn you activate this card. It doesn't say anything about special deck. What?
What are the conditions for drawing?
Excavate the top 3 cards of your deck.
Oh, it's
Add
that
one of them to your
because
hand.
It has to be at the top of your
also,
turn.
What?
That card has to be used at the top of your turn.
Why?
I have no
It
idea.
doesn't say that.
I have no idea. I think it's something about the drawing. Are you close?
I have stalled.
Oh no! So close! Oh my god! Ain't no way!
Oh.
Ain't no way!
I can't win now. I literally can't win now.
Do you want to surrender or?
Well, we'll see. Maybe you somehow won't be able to put out a monster bigger than 1800. I can kill you. That's not bigger. I tried so hard.
The issue is you're forgetting that I synchro summoned.
I know.
It's there. Yeah.
All right, so that was a fun discussion about whether Trump is responsible for the insurrection or not.
Yeah.
Which we both agree it's nebulous.
It's nebulous, for sure. The language is just very nebulous.
Yeah, the language is very nebulous.
It's very shallow and pedantic.
So, what are your thoughts on whether Mr. Beast has any implication in this whole thing with Chris Tyson, Ava Tyson, whatever the fuck?
To be 100% honest, I haven't seen anything on it.
Oh, really? You haven't been watching any of the people covering it?
I watched like parts of it, and I don't know like the full story. So I know like the leaked DMs that came out. Like I saw that. But
yeah, the only thing that I will really say is sus from Jimmy himself is him saying the thing about the Catch Me Outside girl, but apparently that's out of context as well, so I'd have to find the full quote on that. Because like when she was underage, he said something about, tell me you wouldn't stick your dick in her or something like that. But there might have been more to that conversation, so I don't know. But even that alone, even if it has some good context, is still a little sus.
Gussie. Yeah.
Yeah, no matter how it comes across. The thing about like, okay, so one of the things that they keep bringing up, like the main thing that I hear all the time, is about this picture on the wall that was made by Shadman, who is an absolute piece of trash, horrible human being. Should never like. I don't say many people belong in wood chipper, but dude, you know, he'd be an exception.
Nice to know you have a line, Dave.
He might be an exception. Okay, sorry. He pushes that line too. Like, he's disgusted me enough that. Now, Chris, Chris, Ava, whatever they go by, or sorry, I don't know. Apparently, people are getting in trouble for saying they, which is just the general, I don't know what they want to be called, so I'm going to say they to be respectful kind of thing.
Doesn't she use like she pronouns or whatever?
I don't know, but I'm guessing. But people who say they have been getting, like Moist Critical said they, and he got shit for it.
I would just say she, or yeah, it's be easier.
But isn't they like supposed to be neutral? Like, I'm not sure, so I'm just gonna hedge my bets and say they.
I don't know. I think people identify as they.
Yeah, and I hate that. That's why I think that they them pronouns kind of ruin that, because that's the whole point of using they and them for a singular, is if you're uncertain of sex.
Yeah, but isn't that more associated with like non-binary trans people?
No, not historically. Historically, you're like, if a person wants to do something, then they, like, if it's a general, like, you don't know what sex the person would be that you're referring to. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, if you have an androgynous name, like
they
Dana.
Did that. Like if I'm talking to you, it's like Dave did this thing, but
like
I also say
someone named
this,
Dana applied for the job, and I don't know what they, or if they're qualified.
Like they did this at work
because
today.
you.
Like
yeah,
if you're referring
they did
to,
that at work.
Yeah, like that works for anyone, right? Like it's just ambiguous at that point.
Yeah, it could be a he or a she. If we want to go into the whole pronoun discussion, normally that's just a neutral, can mean anything pronoun. Which is why it's weird that some people will singularly choose to go by they and them.
I think it's because of the non-binary thing, isn't it? I could be wrong. I don't know.
Yeah,
It
is a non-binary thing, or an androgynous, or some otherkin of some sort.
Yeah, I don't know enough about like pronouns to like, and I don't want to know, to be 100% honest. I don't want to educate myself on this.
Yeah, I'm also trying to give a headache to the chat, which is great. But so anyway, I also don't know if they want to go by Ava or Chris, because they changed the spelling of Chris to Kris instead of Chris. So I don't know.
I think it's Ava, from what I've read.
Okay, so Ava has purchased a picture from Shadman and had it posted on the wall. Now, people are saying that it's bad that that picture was on the wall, and that it's okay. So some people are saying it's a lolly, but it didn't look like a lolly to me.
Wait, they
if it was a lolly, why did they show it on their videos?
Yeah, like
everybody who's talking about it.
Yeah, like if they showed it, I would think it's lolly at that point, right?
Yeah, and it was shown on the original Mr. Beast video, but since all this started happening, they went back and edited the image out of it.
They edited out the bottom. Oh, okay. So like what, they put a blurring effect on it or what?
No, they like grade. There's like a gray spot on the wall now on the video, on the original video supposedly.
Okay.
But the first time everybody was covering it was in plain view on the wall, and nobody said anything about it. and they actually showed the video on their thing. The original one. I'm pretty sure on Queeman and Chud, both Queeman and Chud's original coverage, they showed the image on screen.
Yo, you're telling me fucking Chud showed Loli and DJ IG Pupils didn't lose his fucking mind?
But that's the thing. I don't think it was Lolly. It was like a Queen of Spades. It's like I can't remember because I know they showed it because that's the only place that I would have seen it was on somebody's coverage of it. But no, it wasn't. There was no nudity on the picture. Nothing was naked.
What was the picture of? Like, I don't understand what. It was of what?
You can mute us so you understand better. What do you mean not on a live stream? I'm talking about the image that was on the wall in their apartment.
Do you want me to mute the stream so you can tell me, or?
Jesus, no. I'm reading the chat. Sorry, because they're arguing. Lauren's arguing with me, and Christine's saying she's gonna mute.
I'm just trying to understand. What was the image about? Like, the image was.
Let me see if I can find it.
I don't want the image, bro.
I don't want the image. I just want to see if it's shown, because if it's gonna pop up on the internet or on Google from a broad search. It was something about, like, I don't know, but it had a shirt on, and on the shirt it said something like be patient, I'm autistic, or something like that. And here, it's not pornographic or lolly in any way, in my opinion. It doesn't look. You can see it on the wall there.
I can't.
Don't pull it up on stream, obviously, but
wait, let me open it with my phone.
It's not gonna get you in trouble.
Yeah, just let me open it on my phone, because it's literally showing everything that, because I have the Discord being overlaid onto the thing, so I have to open
Understandable.
it on
I mean, there's nothing like. It doesn't show any private parts or anything, and it didn't look. I mean, somebody showed it full screen on their screen, but it doesn't matter.
You mean the thing on the wall, right?
Yeah.
It just seems like some waifu shit. What the fuck?
Yeah. I don't see it as lolly in any way, but apparently that is one of the things that they're saying that. Well, he knew that picture was on the wall, so he's guilty too.
To be fair, I'm just zooming in on my phone, so I can't.
Yeah.
But from
I can't even do it zooming in on the computer to see it, make it out clearly there. But
like
one of the streams that were going over
like,
this had the full image on their screen.
The image is so degraded when I like zoom in that I can't tell. Like, I can just tell like it's some anime fucking thing.
Yeah. But like I said, it's been shown on multiple streams. I would have to find the moment on the stream, and I'm too lazy to do that.
So that's something that they're trying to fucking get them at as well?
Yeah, they were using that. Like, that's the thing that they kept coming back to why Jimmy's responsible and should be held responsible for it or whatever.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me. What is this now? And Mr. Beast apparently responded, but I already knew he responded. It was just a PR piece, though. Like, I guarantee you, none of it was like his own thoughts. It was just what was written by his PR guy to say. Yeah. Basically saying that there's an investigation going into Chris Tyson Ava. Or are you telling me to find the image on here at 10 minutes? Well, that's blurred, though. This isn't the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about on either Chud's or Queeman stream. They showed the entire image, like blown up.
Okay.
It's not important anyway. But that was one of the weird things that I saw because I wanted to make that point to them.
Isn't it weird that Mr. Beast like has so many
that
people
video
gunning
came
for
out
him?
after the Queeman and Chud coverage for the record, Lauren,
no,
so
just-
you're wrong.
Just in general, this man has like so many people gunning for him. Like when he fucking did the eye surgery stuff, like people were like, "Yeah, Mr. Beast is fucking awful human being." I was just like, Jesus, what is the hate for Mr. Beast? What did he do to you people?
There's somebody before More Pegasus that brought it out. His was the second video. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why everybody wants Mr. Beast to be bad. Like, literally, everybody wants to find something to hate on Mr. Beast for.
Rich people have to be awful, Dave. That's why.
Yeah.
I think
Like,
that's the mentality.
Dude cured 1,000 people of eyesight, and people are like, he was doing it for the wrong reasons.
He was doing it for the views. Dave, you don't understand. He was doing it for clout, and that's awful. His motivations
He doesn't need extra clout at this point. He's already the biggest YouTuber.
But his
in existence.
motivations aren't altruistic, Dave. That's what you're not understanding, man.
Does it matter? If I'm doing good things for non-altruistic reasons, I'm still doing good things.
Well, here's an interesting question then, Dave. Do you think that it is possible to be 100% altruistic in this world, in any situation?
No.
Right? I would agree
No.
with you there.
Depends. I actually do think it is.
Like, give me an example.
like what I was like the scenario I was explaining to, I don't remember who. I believe as long as it doesn't put you out, people will do something for somebody else. People are more likely to do something that's going to help somebody, even if it's sometimes even if it is negative to them, without needing something else in response. Like if I'm going to the store and somebody else is in my house and they had to go to the store, the same store, 99.999 out of 100 people will take that person to the store with them rather than making them figure out their own way to get there. It's not a large good, but it's still doing a good.
But
you know what I mean?
But you would have to think that, like, the person's motivation, right? Like that's important as well when we're determining altruism, because there is no incentive.
Well, if they have, what I'm saying is, if they have no additional motivation, if there's just, I'm going to the store, I might as well bring you.
Yeah, I don't think that happens.
And you know, I think a lot of us do things that we don't want to do because we know it'll make somebody else's life easier. I do it all the time.
And it also makes you feel good. Like,
not necessarily looking for something.
Just because I don't, like, here's the thing. Just because I don't believe that altruism, like 100% altruism exists, doesn't mean like you can't be the fucking good person. Like, yeah, it's fine to have some level of selfish motivation to like want to feel good for helping another person out. That's not bad, right?
I mean, there's people that I don't like that I'll still help out.
Yeah. Because it will make me feel good in some.
No, it won't make me feel better.
It will.
No, because I'm even angry that I did it after the fact.
Yeah,
happens at work all the time.
I think there's a layer of you that wants like the perception or has the motivation in some way.
My motivation is that I want to be a good person.
Yeah. But
is that really not altruistic to want to be a good person?
It's that because you still like that's on your perception, right? Like that it'll always go back to like stuff like that where it's.
But why is that?
It's not. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying there is no 100% altruism in this world. That's why when someone says
that's just, I think that's just like a philosophical rabbit hole that you're going down.
Well, it's not a philosophical. Well, it is a philosophical rabbit hole.
It is. It absolutely is because you have to. Because everything is gonna be a reason with no matter how far you go, you're always gonna have another
Yeah.
why to ask.
Yeah.
Is why I'm saying it's like a philosophical rabbit hole. It's something that you can't actually have an answer
Yeah.
for. There's always gonna be like, but why that? But why that? But why that?
But that's the
At
point of
each
these
step.
discussions. Right?
But that's how anything philosophical will work.
Yeah.
If you keep asking why, eventually you're gonna grind it down to a point where you're gonna be right.
Well, no, I like again. I
It's
I
the
just
same
don't,
thing with the free will argument. Like,
yeah.
if you keep saying, but why did you do that? But why did you do that? But why? Because there is no reason. If I can't say I don't know, and I have to give you some kind of option, then it will always you're always going to get your answer, and I can never get the opposite answer.
Are you pro?
I
free
can't
will?
prove that something was done with no desire for a thing, but I can prove that something is done with a desire for something. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, for altruism, I would say, like, yeah, there is some motivation behind stuff. Like, altruism just means you do something for the benefit of someone else without some motivation.
But if you're just
motivation.
doing it to do it, I can't prove that. Like, I can't
Yeah.
I can't explain that either.
Yeah, but like you ask the person
Like,
why
you
they
have
did
to-
that. But then like your answer like would be like I want to be a good person, right? Like that would still be a motivation that would be like, okay, you want to be perceived as a good person. That's why you did this. It's not.
But what if that's not the reason? What if it's just because I was going there anyway?
I don't think there is necessarily any like 100%
That's my point exactly. Like,
but
you
that's-
won't accept that as an answer.
No, I would ask why, right? Like that's the whole point. Like be like, what is the
That, and
motivation?
that's why you'll never be
that-
able to be
but-
disproven
But no, but that's the whole like I can't
because
tell
you
someone-
always need a reason.
I need to actually ask the person what their motivation behind something is before I can make it like into it. Like I can't be like this. They did it for no reason, right? Like I have to ask them why'd you do
But
it.
if the motivation is I was already doing it, so why not?
At that point, is it altruistic to do the thing?
Yeah, because it's not putting them out. If it's like, well, it doesn't hurt me to do it. That is truly altruistic.
Yeah, I would say that that's partially it. I don't know if that's necessarily would fall into.
What
the
makes it not
100% part.
altruistic if you're just doing it because it doesn't put you out?
Because you're just doing it because it's just there. Like it means you wouldn't do it for
Yeah.
other. You wouldn't go out of your way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. But that's not all. That's still altruistic.
It's
You're not-
altruistic.
You're
I'm
not seeking an
I'm
incentive.
not saying that altruism doesn't exist. I'm saying that 100% altruism doesn't exist.
That would be 100% altruism.
No, that isn't 100% because it's like the only reason you're doing that is because you're just there.
Yes. That's
Otherwise,
altruism.
you
There's no
wouldn't be-
ulterior motive.
Otherwise, you wouldn't be doing
How
it.
do you define altruism?
That's still your motive. Your motive is I'm just here. Funny because I can't pull up tabs, so I'm just kind of like riffing.
Yeah, you are, because like even if obviously we can't just go with a dictionary definition,
Yeah.
but I will, for lack of another definition, the
'Cause it is-
belief in
'cause this
or
is-
practice
this is
of
a phil-
disinterest
This is a
and
philosophical concept
selflessness,
that has been looked at by multiple fucking people, right? Like,
concern for the well-being of others.
yeah.
Yeah, I just told you.
Yeah.
So
but,
disinterest is fine. It's because you don't care. Because you don't care counts. Because why not counts as altruism. Because there's no personal gain. Anything that's done without personal gain.
my understanding, it's always like at a personal cost, or is that just often?
I'm assuming often, because that's not even listed here at a personal cost. I'll go deeper, but
At least the way I've always heard it described, it's usually that's a caveat that's in there.
altruism is the principle and practice of concern for the well-being and or happiness of other humans or animals above oneself, while objects of blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
That's
even,
just talking
even in
about
that
other
case,
stuff.
not caring wouldn't qualify as altruism.
Hmm?
You're not valuing that above yourself. or others. You're just doing it because you're doing it. But that's why this is a strange philosophical
I do
concept.
think that is because you're not gaining anything, so you are putting their happiness before yours. If it's not making you happy to bring them, if it's just neutral,
yeah, no, but your intention
and you're doing it to make them happy, you are putting their needs in front of yours.
Now you're putting an intention behind it, right? Your intention is to make them happy, so there is a level of care there.
Or to help them. It doesn't have to be to make them happy, to help them.
Or to help them, like even for that instance, like you have to ask why, and then that's usually where you get a motivation behind.
There is no motivation.
There is a motivation.
Yes, it's an altruistic motivation to help them.
It's not necessarily that, right? Because like you said, to be a good person, okay, you want to be perceived as a good person.
No,
like,
that is not the reason of this person that I'm talking about.
But no, what I'm saying is that's
this
why
person doesn't care whether they're a good person or not.
So they're doing something without caring?
Yep.
In just general, right? So there is no altruism.
Just because
it's not altruistic.
Just in order to help out this other person.
The wanting to help is already a level of motivation. There's motivation behind wanting to help someone. There's no reason that you wouldn't help them.
I guarantee you I've put other people's needs in front of my own. And I can prove it.
Yeah, but you gave me your example where it's like I'm a good person. So like that's what I'm just like.
But yes, I am a good person.
But you want to be a good person.
But I'm not doing it just to prove that I'm a good person.
Well, philosophically,
I'm doing it because I want to be a good person. I don't want to be a bad person.
Yeah, but that's a want.
Everyone should want to be a good person and do what's good for humanity.
I 100% agree with you, Dave. What I'm arguing though is that 100% altruism just doesn't exist.
That's still altruism.
I'm not saying that altruism doesn't exist though.
Sorry, there's not a need of my own that I'm putting above theirs.
To be perceived as a good person would be the...
Thank you, Big Tito. You're right.
Would be the need that you have for that situation. But that's what I'm saying. Like
I disagree. I don't believe the need I have to be good outweighs the help that I'm providing. You're still putting somebody else's needs before your own.
Because that influences the action. Because that's what starts the action.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah. Because you want to be perceived as a good person. So you're just like, I'm a good person, so I'm going to do this, right? Like, that's the step by step.
No, you're going too meta. Like, take it to its definition.
Okay, I'm saying...
Just take it to its definition, though.
We're talking at a philosophical era. We're not talking
concern for the well-being or happiness of other human beings or animals above oneself. If I'm gonna make somebody very happy and I'm just okay, I'm still putting their needs above mine.
Again, but is your motivation altruistic or is it not? Is it not? Like, yes, you can be putting.
It doesn't need to be the motivation that's altruistic. It can be the action that's altruistic.
No, like the action can be altruistic, but that's why I'm saying nothing can be 100% altruistic because, again,
What do you mean 100% altruistic? You're still putting their needs ahead of your own.
There is no way to actually do something conscientious without having some layer of motivation behind you. It's the same thing.
It can be a motivation, but it doesn't have to be a higher drive of motivation than their need.
Like we said for the free will argument. Like, yeah, it is we're gonna be thinking at way deeper levels.
This is what I'm saying. You can't possibly lose this because you're gonna always be like, but there was this, but there was this. There's always a but there. But this, but this.
Well,
there's never an end to the but this.
That's philosophy for you, bro. What can I tell you?
Even if I am 100% right, you're still going to say, but this.
Well, can you be 100% right in philosophy, Dave? That's the true
I
question.
hate you so much.
You see?
Chris Tyson is a piece of shit. Shadman's a piece of shit. Mr. Beast isn't a great guy. who may have made one bad comment at some point. I have to watch the full context of that comment before I make a decision on it. There you go. That's my statement on that one. Anything else?
But that's why philosophical conversations are interesting, because you could just go on for hours.
This is why I hate philosophical conversations.
You could just go on for hours about them, and like just keep digging at the.
Yes, that's why I hate it. Because you'll never reach the end.
That's the point, though. Where is the end of philosophy, Dave?
When I say stop, when I hit that end call button, that's the end of philosophy.
Do I need your consent to stop, Dave?
Yes.
No
Consent
means,
is always necessary.
No means no, guys. So Dave said no, so we're not going to continue the conversation.
You don't want to. Don't look up Shadman. He's a piece of shit. He draws cartoon art of underage people, including artwork depictions of real underage people, and that's what makes him an absolute piece of shit beyond any other. That's what makes me absolutely hate him.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he drew art of Keemstar's daughter giving head to President Trump.
What the fuck?
Not only that, he drew art of the, I don't know what the hell her name is, but in one of the Wolverine things, there was like a little girl with Wolverine with Hugh Jackman, and he did artwork of that girl in compromising positions with Hugh Jackman, and I'm not talking about just sexual, but like
I don't want to talk about
disgusting stuff. Yeah, you don't want to know.
I
didn't know any of this. I really just thought he was just your average, like weird Rule 34 guy. That's what I thought.
Jesus, dude,
little did I know, he was on a whole nother level.
God damn it. Fuck.
Yeah, he is on the list. He's on the list of people who I would allow to be wood chippered. I don't know. That's beyond the pale.
Well, you know how I feel about the death penalty.
Yeah, I know. You don't give a fuck.
I'm just like, go for it.
Yeah, I'm very anti-death penalty in general, but good God.
See, that's what I like about you. You at least are anti-death penalty, but
pro-life and anti-death penalty. Yeah, I'm literally pro-life at all times.
Yeah, but I'm pro.
I don't like.
I appreciate that. That's consistent.
I don't like the unnecessary taking of life.
That's consistent.
If there's another option.
That's consistent.
Yeah,
and I
feel like I'm pretty consistent with that.
There are so many Republicans that would be like very pro fucking death penalty, but very much against abortion. I'm just like, what the fuck?
But also, I don't think people are a piece of shit for disagreeing with my points of view, like a lot of people do as well.
Like, I'm very pro death. That
I can understand people being pro-choice. I get it. I get the thought processes. I get how their brain gets there. I don't think that they're evil.
Yeah, I'm very pro-death. Death penalty and pro-choice.
No, Christine. I will put you to life. No death for you. No sweet silence.
Well, off that topic, though.
Anyway.
Are you gonna watch the?
I'm pro Vermin Supreme as well, Big Tito. Let's go.
Off that topic, are you gonna watch the new Deadpool movie?
I'm sure at some point, yeah. Why? What about
it? Just asking, you know. I'm asking.
I don't know anything about it, but I've watched all the other ones, so I'll watch this one too.
It's okay. It's good. I liked it.
I'm gonna wait until I can find it, but I watched it on a streaming platform of some sort.
Oh, wait, what? Dave, are you admitting to a crime?
Of some sort. I know. I mean, like Netflix.
Based, okay.
or something like that. You know. No, you don't get to mute Tito. Make Tito a mod, so he can mute Christine. Babe.
You know the rules. There were 7,
Yep.
and now there are 6.
That's my rule. Anybody who asks to be a mod doesn't get mod.
Until those 6 mods are gone, then we will select new mods.
Well, guess what? I'll never be gone, so you can't do it.
Yep. As long as we have one.
You're stuck with me.
Yep.
I will be the only mod. No, fuck that. You'll deputize somebody. I'll quit and reapply. I ain't solo modding. I'm a terrible mod.
Ah, you're alright.
I don't pay enough attention. I get too distracted. I'm usually doing 5 things while watching.
From my experience, you've been pretty decent at modding. So.
Yeah, if I'm active, but it depends what kind of mod you need. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, no. I don't
If you
need any
one of those kind of mods. I'm not that mod.
I don't have that. I don't think I have that kind of mod.
Yeah, no. No, that's not what I meant, but I just meant one that will only watch your stream while you're live every single time and not do anything else while doing it.
Dave, are you saying that mod shouldn't be beholden to the streamer they are modding for?
Unless they're being paid. Yes, that is my stance.
But they volunteered for the job, Dave.
At least minimum wage.
What if they volunteer for the job, Dave?
Yeah, they can volunteer for the job, but that also means they can do whatever the fuck they want.
Level of commitment?
Nope.
I couldn't even keep a straight face with that one. Oh, shit.
Oh, wait. Smokey's a mod. He should be paid. Sorry. You expect him to be here. You better pay him.
Smokey should pay me for mod privileges.
You're right. That is how it works in some places.
That's how this.
If you pay enough, you get mod.
Listen, first person to donate me $1 million gets mod. All right.
Yep.
It has been decided.
Same. So now that everybody's here, just to give you a quick synopsis on my status, since I have been away for a long time, I will be back probably be another 2 weeks before it happens though. And when I come back, I will have memberships and I will be consistent, hopefully. I have to find out if I'm getting the promotion that I'm going for or not, because that'll decide my schedule. And then I can work out what I want to do for streaming around that. So thank you, everybody, for not giving up on me yet.
Honestly,
and for hanging out here with Hornet.
Christine just gave me like the best content idea. Just bring on people and do like interviews for like mod positions. That'd be a pretty cool stream.
That'd be pretty based. Absolutely.
You just be like, we're gonna select a mod. Yo, you make it like one of the you make it like fucking The Apprentice, right? Like,
yes.
You bring out like 16 people and just be like, you're fired.
You're fired. Christine unsubbed from Dave. That's not nice. That's okay. At least you're subbed to Hornet. That's what matters. Everybody in here who subbed to me, unsubbed for me, and subbed the Hornet on another account.
Still pretty based. We hit 100.
Yeah.
Oh, we hit it when I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't even doing shit. So, like, thank you.
Based?
I don't know if it's because I went on a panel or something, but whoever subbed,
maybe.
Thank you very much.
But I'm getting really tired now, so I'm gonna wrap it up if you're okay with that.
We've been going for a while, so I was just kind of waiting for like a good stopping point.
You're good. But I also worked all day.
we just been riffing with the chat.
I've been up since like 6 a.m. I went because my brother's on vacation, so I went to his house, watered his plants. Then I went to the gym, and I tanned in a hybrid bed, which is kind of cool. And then I had to work later. Anyway.
Yeah. So,
Dave,
Dave.
I've told you what my day was.
So, Dave.
Any other questions?
Any closing thoughts for our stream? Did you enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh, by the way?
Yeah, it's not bad. It's okay. It's not something I will probably play much after this, but it's a good game. I played it when it was a new game, and I honestly think it was more fun then. There weren't all these broken combo decks.
I mean, even back then,
I feel like every competitive deck is broken. It can win in 2 turns at most.
That's why you run interruptions and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but
like
yeah.
You have it's meta or nothing. There's no like ninja decking really.
Yeah. Well, they do
like
have.
You have to follow certain metas.
Well, no, they have rogue decks that like an Exodia.
But I mean, even the rogue decks will still have like your 3 whatever they're called, the ashes, the.
That's the thing. There was an Exodia deck that won in Brazil, the national thing in Brazil, and it was like it wasn't running like any staples.
But they probably banned all the cards from it.
No. The cards went up in price. That's all that happened because it.
Why didn't you link me that deck?
Well, because it's not. Some of the cards aren't in Master Duel, and some of the cards are banned in Master Duel because they have their own ban list.
Oh, that's dumb.
Well, because it's a different formation. We get.
Yes, I've heard of Hero Clicks, by the way. Hero Clicks are kind of cool. It's like slightly easier War Hammer. Kind of like War Machine. Yeah, Hero Clicks is cool as hell. I like all those things.
Listen, Christine,
Warhammer, War Machine.
The only reason there's no blood is because none of us are wearing Millennium Puzzles. As soon as we put them on, we're going to go into a shadow game, and it's going to be the coolest stream ever, alright?
Yeah, and I'm going to die because I suck. I'll be banished to the Shadow Realm forever.
Can I be charged for that?
Yes. Wait, what would it be considered? Because it's not murder, because I'm not dead.
Yeah. Your just
would it be kidnapping?
Gone. Your soul is gone, right?
It would be kidnapping.
Yeah, something. I don't know.
I would have to say.
Yeah. But thank you for being here, Dave.
You're welcome. I'll run for president of the Shadow Realm.
Okay. Base.
Run uncontested.
All right, guys. I'm going to be closing off stream. I'll catch you later, Dave. I'm just going to be leaving.
No problem. Love you, chat. Bye. I'll let Hornet close out his stream.
Let me just... Okay. So, guys, thank you for coming. Obviously, I always enjoy you guys coming and dropping a like and watching and commenting and everything. Any announcements that I have? Sorry, I haven't been streaming. Obviously, I've been doing stuff in the real world, but I'm gonna be back. Not this weekend, but the next weekend. Saturday, we're gonna have something special going on, so keep an eye out for that. Other than that, I don't think I have any more announcements, so I will catch you guys later. Peace.